Global Venture X Pitch Day call, which is a fortnightly call supported by technology into big and successful businesses by getting them some funding. At the outset, let me retired from the Indian Army after putting in 40 years of service in the combat arm of the Army. Though I am an engineer by profession, and after retirement, I've been associated with True Digital Startup, and it's been a great experience. We have a repository of now almost 375 startups on our platform. Interacting with each startup, what idea Sanjeev has, taking it ahead from there and getting them whatever funding has been possible has been a great journey for me at least. Today, as a part of our endeavor to get the funding for these startups, we also have some eminent personalities with us on our call. We have, firstly, I'll introduce Mr. Himanshu Kothari, who is the founder and senior managing partner at Global Venture Capital Advisors. He's based out of Pennsylvania in the US, and we are very thankful to him for being here. I'm sure the founders of the startups will benefit immensely from his great experience. We also have Dr. Vijay Kumar Salvia, who's been with us in one of our calls earlier. He's the Presidential Advisor, International R&D Creativity Organization, and is the Global Brand Ambassador, Sustainable Development Goals to the United Nations Organization. We again extend a warm welcome to Dr. Salvia. We again have Colonel Tarun Kumar, who's a startup mentor, a business consultant, and a sustainability evangelist. Again, we extend a welcome to Colonel Tarun. Like me, he's also a veteran, and now he's ventured into this field. Today we have, two young and dynamic startup founders who will be doing their presentations. Introduce these startups once the presentations are closed. And then we have Raghuvendra and Lalita from HoloWare. I will again tell what the business idea or the idea is. I want to inform all of you that we have also launched the Moonlight Fund. You must have seen it on our platform, where we welcome angel investors wanting to put in more than ₹1 lakh, anything upwards of ₹1 lakh. We'll be the lead investors for them. And this is a new venture that the ecosystem of startups will grow with the great idea of people like Sanjeev Sinha, who's been, actually very selflessly working on getting the funding. It's a very, very transparent platform that we have created. We have the startups who put up their pitch decks, free of any cost, pitch decks to the investors. It's an open forum. Anyone can join it. We also invite some mentors as we have today. In the presentation, please put yourself on mute. Otherwise it disturbs the call, and then it's difficult for anyone to make sense of what the founder is wanting to say. Give him his time, say what you actually want to tell everyone, and after that we'll leave it open, say 2 minutes or 3 minutes for question answers. So that is how we absorb the whole, the business idea or the technology over on the YouTube that you want to learn about. You can get back to us. You can get back to us on the mail that we have, co@tdstartup.com. We will help you clear all your doubts. In any case, if there's some investor who gets interested in the startup, we have a deep dive session with them subsequently, and anything that needs to be cleared will be cleared in the deep dive sessions. But I only want to request you that also, you could tell your friends or whatever way you want to, the Moonlight Fund that we have launched, we would like to take it ahead. Again, the endeavor is only to
sir,
help
Moonshot.
The funding of...
It is Moonshot. Moonshot.
Yeah, Moonshot fund that which we have launched to take the funding of the startups ahead. So Sanjeev, you will have to now get ready before I can request Srijan to start his call. I'll introduce Srijan's technology or whatever he's wanting to say only after you say you are ready.
We will let the investors also introduce themselves, the Investex panel.
Yeah.
And then then I will pause for a moment and then Srijan will start, because I need to do this in 3 phases.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
So
So
we can have Mr. Himanshu. I will request you to say a few words so that it motivates our founders to do a good presentation. Then we'll have Dr. Vijay and then we'll have Colonel Tarun say a few words each.
Okay. Okay. So here's something I want to tell you about myself is uh, not that I have been a serial entrepreneur all my life, okay, but mainly into advisory. My background is I was an auditor and an accountant, BCom, LLB, but not so great in my career. So, so despite my that pathetic educational background, I became a business partner with TCS and won awards for 1.5 days. So your educational background, if you are really a great in education, it's a stumbling block for you for to become a person like me with pathetic education where nobody will hire you. You have no way but to create your own self. There were two lines in my school which I remember. Nothing else I remember from my education is there is a poem called Satan's Speech by John Milton. He wrote this famous uh, Paradise Lost, Paradise Regained. So in seventh standard, I had that poem called Satan's Speech. The last two lines became my life motto. The last two lines are, I'll better rule in hell than serve in heaven. Being an entrepreneur is living in your own hell, and you make that your heaven. But you take up big corporate jobs, you are living in somebody's heaven. But it makes life hell for you. Right? So this is my motto. And my another driver in my life is the founder of this pharma company, very famous pharma company in Ahmedabad. When he died, he was actually a salesman in a pharma company. Then he was promoted. So he refused to accept the promotion and he started his own company. And he became one of the top 10 in India, pharmaceutical company. So when he died, his sons gave a half-page ad in Times of India, first quarter page. And the ad says, निशान चुक माफ, लेकिन नहीं माफ नीचा निशाना. That is what entrepreneurs aim should be. आप यूनिकॉर्न बनने का ख्वाब मत देखो, पर एटलीस्ट बस ये ख्वाब देखो कि 100 मिलियन की वैल्यूएशन हमारी हम खुद बनाएंगे, without rigging up on ARR and MRR kind of massive nonsense. Okay, you should be able to bootstrap without somebody's money. That will give you the power of experience. And then once you succeed on bootstrapping, it is the funds who will chase you that हमारा पैसा लो हमको कमा के दो. See, लाइफ में एक बात सीखो, जैसे मैं सीखा कि don't sell yourself, make people buy you. Okay, that is very critical for startups. The third driver in my life is when the Maggie sauce was launched in India, it came up with very innovative advertising on televisions. And that was using this famous actor, I forget his name, but he was the brand ambassador for the Maggie sauce. And the ad campaign was, it's different. Can you define what is being different? Every startup comes with a me too approach to the market. But when you say it's being different, you got to be like, there is one yellow rose in a bouquet of red roses. So you got to present yourself as a yellow rose in a bouquet of red roses. And that is why you call being different. It's different. Throughout my life, these principles, I have driven myself to USA and I have globally scaled up with global clients and global network of investors. And my clients include funds, LPs, institutional investors. And recently I have been invited to join as an advisory board member on 2 big funds. So you have to make people buy you, never sell yourself. This is very, very important for any startup entrepreneur. I get lot of entrepreneurs coming to me. नहीं हमको पैसा मिलेगा तो हम बिजनेस स्टार्ट करेंगे, अभी तो हम स्टार्ट नहीं करेंगे. That means you are telling somebody I am not a risk taker. When you tell somebody I am not a risk taker, to go hell to you. आप अपनी कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ में एंजॉय कीजिए, कंफर्ट जोन में जिए. Entrepreneur will never live in a comfort zone in his life. Dhirubhai Ambani before he became Dhirubhai Ambani, was the most attacked person, and he fought so much battles in his life, and yet became number one in India in a span of 25 years. All big industrialists tried to drive him out of business, and Dhirubhai drove them out of business. Likes of Nasli Wadia, likes of the Indian Express Group, likes of that Orchid, Mehraj, where they are today, and where is Dhirubhai? He was also not an educated man. He was just a gas station pump operator in Aden. So you should show that you are a risk taker in life. आप कॉर्पोरेट जॉब छोड़ोगे नहीं और आपको कोई पैसा देगा और फिर आप जॉब छोड़ोगे, that means you are ready to take a risk at somebody's cost. Believe me, nobody will listen you. You will get rejected. आप bootstrap कीजिए, find out solution for your customers or would-be customers. Get somebody on board and not free pilot. Make them pay. If you do free pilots, it is waste of time for both sides. I've done only one pilot in my life because I wanted to understand the retail industry, the modern retail industry. But I found out that the people on the other side were just interested because they're not paying for me. But I invested the time to learn the intricacies of a modern retail format. And that client was Godrej Retail. But I learned about retail industry in just 3 months by investing maximum a few hours a week. So that kind of approach you will do only to learn, not give benefits to anybody free. Don't give anything free.
Thank you, Mr. Himanshu. Mr. Himanshu, I'm sorry, we have a little, thing about time.
I'm just sharing something which startups don't understand, that free is the most expensive thing, including fundraising exercise.
Without any doubt.
Don't expect that somebody will get you funded free or only on success fee basis. That's a wrong thesis. Anybody who works on success fee basis will be not interested in your proposal. And you will be appointing tens of people to raise funds on success fee basis, and they will have hundreds of people on such basis. The success rate is not even 1%. But a fee-based approach, the success rate is 80%. I reject 99% of inquiries for fundraising if it is success-based. So I focus only on 1% clients where I get 80% success rate. So no waste of time. Success fee-based activity is 100% waste of time. Believe me. Anyways, this is what I wanted to share to the startup. There is a lot to share, but I don't want to take up everybody's time.
No, not that, Mr. Himanshu. It was really wonderful listening to you. We have a constraint of time. That is why I had to intervene in between. Dr. Vijay, would you like to say something? And after that, we'll have Colonel Tarun a few words. Then we'll go to the founders, because we have to have a small gap in between where Sanjeev needs to reboot his system for the video recording. Dr. Vijay, over to you.
Yes. Good evening to all of you. As today we are at this meeting for the startups, and also as this one has introduced me as the current special advisor for the International R&D Creativity Organization USA India, and we have the research innovation startup university also, which is working only for the startups for their self-employment and employment. So, as a need of this society, as the need of this world, we we also we have the slogan that right mentoring and right direction. And also, as you know, that today, after COVID, everyone knows how to sustain. And the sustainability of everyone is now becoming a critical situation. The main thing is not that we have to success in career, we have to success in business, but that success, whatever the success, the definition of a success is very, we can say, it is not a straightforward. Yes, if somebody has the 100 crores of money, he is a successful person. But success is depends on variety of we can say objects or matters. A variety of categorization is there. If somebody have the money, if somebody have the happiness in their life with respect to their mental situation, their, with respect to their physical situation, with respect to their family, with respect to their career, that is employment and or a job, and there are so many, we can say, the lifestyle in the sense the basic needs. So then we say that he is a successful person or he or she. And as a startup, for the startup, we must have to know what is the art of living with respect to earning the money and also with respect to, we can say, to live in a life. So we have the Happiness by Wipro International also for that leadership activities and leadership in living. That is how what are the texts we should apply to success our business, to success our startup, to success our job. Job today, the job is also just like a, we can say, a startup as self-employment process. Only thing is that the money is fixed there, but in case of startup or entrepreneurship or self-employment, the money is depends on your work or your efforts. And for that, we, we always work for the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Actually, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals includes all the matters, whatever the a person should have. Innovations, remove the poverty, happiness, production, all, and there are so many. Green ecology, green work. So for their different fields, and every person today we are attached to all the, we can say, a 360-degree approach. We have the, our whatever the text we have, whatever the living style we have. Today we all following the 360-degree approach to living, and that 360-degree approach is now related to the entrepreneurship also. With respect that it is also connected to the startups also. And there, we know that if we connect it to the green environment, if we connect it to the whatever the basic needs with respect to the natural living things, with respect to the natural environment, so we will be sustained, and that sustain will only depends on the natural and the life is whatever the ecology we have, and that is the natural base. This computer technology or whatever we are today, we are using the artificial intelligence, robotics, IT. It should be sustained only when it is connected to the living things. That is the our nature. And if it is not connected, it is not adaptable to that. Then we will get the problems. And after it, we know that when this computer technology and IT fields before we can say 10 years, it was lagging. But right now, as the artificial intelligence and whatever the computer technology and IT, today we have changed, we have used the tools and techniques in such a way that it should be used for the human body. So now it is now becoming a top priority. All the branches of the engineering are now become less, and this computer artificial intelligence is now rises. So so this is the message. Whatever we have said you, this is the message to the upcoming startup that we should break our hard zone. We should break our soft zone. Sorry, we should break our soft zone. The soft zone in the sense that today, whatever today is rising, it is not necessary that tomorrow, after 2 years, it will be we can say a successful or a raised person, a raised technology, or whatever the business we have, it will be stand up. It is depends on your innovations. It is depends on your compatibility to the particular environment, to the particular demands. If the customer demands is changing, then we have to change our product. We have to change our tax. We have to change our methods. And if it is always related to the natural living things, which is already related to the nature, then it will not break. It will always rises.
Okay.
So
Thank you,
Vijayji,
Dr. Vijay. I'll have
Vijayji,
to intervene
we
again.
have constraint of time, so let the
So
founders present.
last slide, I would like to say, key whatever the product or a startup or whatever the idea you have, it should be such that it should be comfortable and adaptable to the society with respect to the changing in time.
All right.
So you must always update yourself, and the product or your we can say a topic of your business should be in such a way that you should not be in a soft zone. Always you should we can say face the market that yes, this is my product and I want to, as sir says, if person should buy you, you should not sell. So always keep your in a hard zone, not a soft zone. On a risk capability, you must also adopt this. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Karun, a quick few words from you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Colonel Tarun with about 3 decades of refugee experience. And I work with entrepreneurs, small business owners, people, those who are trying to make a difference in this world. And where my risk-taking ability comes in, General Sethi will agree to it. As Fajis, that is our second nature. Encountering risk-taking situations is something that we were brought up on, and this is something which makes the concept very interesting. When we work with these startups, try and understand the pain point they are doing. Like Kothari was saying, that people are enamored with the concept of making it a unicorn. We all should be celebrating that. Physics Wala has become a unicorn yesterday, and after the 6 years of hard work, in their very first series A funding, they have never ever gone for funding, and they could make $100 million. Now, these are the kind of stories that should inspire us and should also make people understand that you are here to develop a painkiller, not a vitamin. We are not looking for steroids. We are looking for pain which is engrossing the society, which is affecting people. And if you have the right medication for that, you might be delayed, but you will never be stopped because you will arrive. Success is not an entitlement in the entrepreneurship world, because every day you have to go out, you have to slog yourself, and you have to earn your trust with your customers. If you don't do that, you are not having the entrepreneurial mindset. And if you don't have that kind of a mindset, I generally recommend people don't even jump into the pool, because you will only get wet, neither you will learn swimming. In fact, you will be afraid of entering into the pool next time. So with these words, I hand you over back to General Sethia and Sanjeev so that we can listen to some interesting conversation today and see that how we can make a difference to these two entrepreneurs who are trying to change the world.
Yeah,
Back to
thank you, Colonel. Okay, without taking much time, we've already eaten into a lot of time. We'll have Srijan Mehrotra, the founder of Ubilong. It's a wonderful technology-based, AI-based idea that he's got on content creation. I've already seen his pitch deck. It's got great potential for a big business. Let's without wasting much time, let's listen to Srijan, and his pitch deck is really good. I'll request all of you to patiently listen to him, and after he finishes, we'll have a small question answer session. Over to Srijan.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Region, we can hear you.
All right, sir. So I'm just presenting my screen. Can you see it?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you for giving me the opportunity, panelists, to present our business. We are UBLand. We are the fastest localization partner available. We are backed by IIT Kanpur, NASSCOM 10,000, IIM Bangalore, Atal Innovation Center, and internationally with Jacob and Draper startup houses. So basically, we help any content creator to produce their content into vernacular languages, as well as we have different kind of podcasters and audiobooks presenter to produce their contents to the worldwide without actually distributing their royalties to any publishers. This is my team. This is me, Srijan Mehrotra. I have 3 years of experience in product management. I have worked with Inambero Solutions, that are Latin America based company. I have also wrote one book, 101 Idiots, which basically entitles my journey during my college time and what wonderful ideas I worked upon. Along with me, there is one more person, CTO, whom I say is my childhood friend, Shrey Jasuja. He's a pass out of Triple IT Nagpur. He has 3 years of experience in ML and AI. Head Operations Management, Mr. Satyam Singh, who basically looks forward for day-to-day operations. And on the software sound, at the ground technologies, Ayush take cares. We have 15 plus permanent employees that are basically based out in India. Also, we have 20 plus part-time employees that are on contractual basis from international borders. We are guided by Mr. Sanjeev Sinha and Mr. Narendra Rupert, who comparatively, holds a great experience in AI and ML. So why are we here? So our idea is basically to create the content which anyone, literally anyone in India or any part of the world can understand without having the language as a barrier. If we only talk about India, only 10.35% of the population speaks English. So basically, this shows that 90% of the content needs to be generated in Hindi as well as other languages. This is what our study shows. Grow, which already brought a YC Combinator backed startup, which already brought a kind of a revolution in financial literacy, has their YouTube channel in more than 4 languages. BBC itself has more than 40 languages channels worldwide across. Khan Academy itself has their education channels in 6 languages. So this shows that many renowned content creators are switching to native languages because of their major audience base in different languages. So let's suppose if there is a financial analyst who wants to educate the world or India and he's using only English, how will the background or how will the backward areas like of who has access to internet from Bihar or from Tamil, Telugu, South side will get access to that. Similar happens with news channels like BBC as well as the EdTech for Khan Academy. Here we comes in. This is the on the left hand side you see the traditional method of dubbing that exists in the media industry as well as in the video industry. You have the video, then you will have a native transcriptionist who will write down the script of whatever has been discussed in the video. Then you will have a native translator who will translate that particular language into the target language. Then you will have a native voiceover artist, which itself costs around 16 to 20,000 per hour for the recording. That too also requires studio for them to record. Then you will hire a video editor that will do the lip dancing and lip singing. Then you get the final out. But here, let's say if you are a YouTuber, even if you are just producing a let's say 3 minutes clip, you send it to us, you upload it, you click it, you tell us whatever target you want, boom, it's done. So I'll quickly show you the demo. I hope the screen is visible, right?
Teaching people to do something through video isn't as simple as just
So this is the
walking
original
through it
video.
step by step. A balance has to be struck between education, inspiration.
लोगों को कुछ करना सिखाना वीडियो सिर्फ चलने जितना आसान नहीं है इसके माध्यम से चरण दर चरण शिक्षा के बीच संतुलन बनाना होगा प्रेरणा और मनोरंजन यहाँ बनाने की युक्तियों के लिए ग्रेड निर्देशात्मक वीडियो अपने वीडियो को व्यवस्थित करने का सबसे बुनियादी तरीका इसे लिखकर या विजुअलाइज करके संरचनाएं यह पहले से एक स्टोरीबोर्ड ट्यूटोरियल के लिए आदर्श है।
तो गाइस क्वेश्चन आता है एसईओ क्या है। तो एसईओ का फुल फॉर्म होता है सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन। तो अब आप बोलोगे यार कि मैंने तो आपको फुल फॉर्म बताया, भाई मुझे समझा दो एसईओ क्या होता है।
The question comes, what is it like this? Then the full form of SEO is search engine optimization. Then you will say that, man, I tell you the full form, brother, explain to me what happens. I will explain to you what is supposed to be done. Open a deep channel or develop yourself a website. Now you
Viene la pregunta, ¿cómo es esto? Entonces la forma completa de SEO es Search Engine Optimization. Entonces dirás eso, hombre, te digo la forma completa. Hermano, explícame qué pasa, te explico. Die Frage kommt, wie ist das? Dann ist die volle Form von SEO-Suchmaschinenoptimierung. Dann werden Sie sagen, Mann, ich sage Ihnen die volle Form. Bruder, erklären Sie mir, was passiert. Ich
બેકરીનો ધંધો તેને ઓનલાઈન હાજરી બનાવવાનું નક્કી કર્યું દ્વારા લોકોને પ્રોત્સાહન આપવું મને જો કે નિયમિતપણે બ્લોગ પર પોસ્ટ કરવું બ્લોગ પર નિયમિત પોસ્ટ કર્યા પછી પણ કરશે ત્યાં કોઈ મુલાકાતી જીવન
So this was the example. This is the another example video where we will be first producing how we are empowering the edtech sector and the audio market.
नमस्कार, इस कक्षा में आप व्यापारिक या व्यापारिक गतिविधियों के लिए लेखांकन के बारे में जानेंगे। व्यापारिक संगठन निर्माताओं और उपभोक्ताओं के बीच आवश्यक कड़ी है। व्यापार जो आपके पास है, आप देखेंगे कि जो हुआ है वो यह है कि इस विशेष उद्योग द्वारा उत्पादित की जा रही कुल मात्रा में वृद्धि हुई है, लेकिन औसत कुल लागत का कुछ नहीं हुआ।
Audio books are voice recordings of the text of a book that you listen to rather than read. Audiobooks are voice recordings of the text of a book that you listen to rather than read.
Audiobooks are voice recordings of the text of a book that you listen to rather than read.
ऑडियो बुक किसी किताब के टेक्स्ट की वॉइस रिकॉर्डिंग होती है जिसे आप पढ़ने के बजाय सुनते हैं। ऑडियो बुक হলো একটি বইয়ের পাঠের ভয়েস রেকর্ডিং যা আপনি পড়ার পরিবর্তে শোনেন।
So this was basically our the whole demo was. I'll again jump to my presentation. So this is basically what I showed you, and probably this was the different use cases for our audiobooks, podcast, and edtech sector. Currently, we operate in 119 plus languages with 95 plus different human AI action utilized voices. So basically, video dubbing is scaling. Going multilingual with your content has never been easy. Like for example, if I'm a YouTuber and I also want to produce the education content for Tamil speakers as well as Bihari speakers, Bhojpuri speakers, as well as for Gujarati speakers, it's never been easy. But through us, we help them to produce the content in 65% reduction in the cost of the manual method, plus 10x reduction in the production time. Because let's say if there is a movie that needs to be dubbed into Hindi language, it will take around, I think, 2 to 3 months. But with us, it will eventually be a matter of, let's say, 72 to 4 or 5 days. So basically, how you do that, you upload the video to our platform, you select the language, you choose the voice, whichever you like it from the 95 plus AI voices. Either be it be action utilized Marathi voice, or it be the Philippines voice or the Chinese voice. This was basically our current products which we are offering. We also offer live language training programs to those who are already interested in learning languages. Voiceover dubbing and mixing is what we do through our 95 plus AI XML voices. Translation, localization to different various organizations. Like you must have seen companies like Byju's and Physics Wala, Edu Gorilla. All of these are currently taking up the market. But probably the high-end customers always get the benefit because they have not still explored of providing the content into vernacular languages. and also probably it will be 2x of their inputs to present the videos even in one languages. So there we see the potential to basically produce the content into different languages. We are also planning to release a virtual dubbing studio for content creators as well as OTT short videos platform. This is basically our verified market research, which says that the translation service market will be at around $46.22 billion by the end of 2028. This is our achieving significant landmarks till now. We have worked with Sony Pictures London, Amazon Prime, Z series for the OTT platforms. We have also contracted with 14 plus B2B contracts for now. We have also launched, as I was telling, our language services in regional language. For example, if a UPSC student doesn't know Hindi, or if he wants to study in Tamil or any kind of language, we have that as well, either the text or either the audio or the video input. We are backed by NSR Cell and IIM Ahmedabad. We have already been appreciated. We have qualified for the phase two grant for Labs 196 Canada Accelerator and Paper Startup House. We have also been awarded as the unique idea representation in Jacob Startup 2021 competition. This is basically our product features. We have 95 plus accent neutralized voices. Lip matching is currently in the prototype version and we are already 80% there. So next time if a German speaker is speaking, you will not be having a mismatch over his lips. Music retention is currently we are looking forward at where we can provide royalty free music and the YouTubers doesn't have to move to any other softwares for adding any additional tracks. Voice cloning is currently under the development phase where we are trying to replicate person's original voice. So next time if they want to shoot a podcast or a YouTube video, they do not have to put their energy. Subtitle generation is what we currently offer. We have generated 10.9 lakhs with a bootstrap business of ours. We have burned around 6 lakh, 14 plus projects and 700 trainings have successfully completed till now. We are looking forward for exploring the medical and healthcare market. Currently, we are existing into OTT series for dubbing as well. Metaverse seems to be a very great fit for ourselves because in Metaverse, people from different countries will be together interacting. And if we provide a real-time language solutions, that will help us to minimize this kind of a language barrier. In 2020, we just started with language trainings. We first build our data sets to train these voices. That's why we still stand at 95% accuracy till now. Business solutions is what we discovered in 2021, where we developed our first set of 30 voices. And here in 2022, we stand with 95 plus voices, and we are expanding it to 200 plus. This is our unit forecast, which says that if we still run with our bootstrap business, we'll be able to hit 1 CR by 2025. Prime Video, Sony Pictures, Evan Business Solutions are our primary clients. Evan Business Solutions operates in international markets. Pariksha Adda is basically a kind of a company that provides their solutions to UPSC students, and we help them in localizing different languages. Laboro DG is a platform where we offer our customer solution. This is a new use case where, let's say, Byju's agent and the Byju's user are interacting, and let's say if that particular call doesn't go well, and if Byju's user says that, oh, I'm facing difficulty using this, I'm very sad by buying this product. So our sentimental analysis will provide a score, and it's very difficult for a supervisor to record and to analyze every call. So we use the sentimental analysis to tell the company whether their employees are doing good or not. We have a funding commit of 1 CR from Startup Lanes for 30% stake, and we are currently raising for 1.5 CR for 10% stakes so that we can make our services available to B2C market as well. So this was it, and probably I will look forward for any questions if you have. Thank you so much.
Yeah, anyone has any questions, you can please ask Vijay directly now. Because, go ahead, Mr. Mach, please go ahead.
Srijan, this is really very pioneering work. I must appreciate. Okay, and the way you are doing is the next step and next step and next step is going in the right direction. And I want to applaud the commitment at a bootstrap stage. So this is what I am looking at. That the bootstrap stage is where You invest your own money and don't wait for somebody else to take a risk by giving you money and then see you succeed or don't succeed or give up. I think you match my mindset in that kind of risk-taking abilities. You were a corporate job and you left it, right?
Yes, product manager.
Yeah. So which is I like that mindset that you are ready to kick out from a cozy, comfortable job and then you take the risk forward. So as an entrepreneur, it is as I said, I will better live in my own hell than serve in somebody's heaven. And it is hell where you make heaven for yourself and your employees and your investors.
Right, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So this is very well pioneering work done. Do you think anything is in competition scenario like Google Translator does a text translation, then Google Voice does a transcript. Okay. And do you think likes of Google jumping in to grab the market?
Probably, I believe any startup would be afraid of giants like Facebook or Google if they enter into their market. And probably, if I say that I'm not afraid, that will be the ridiculous part here. But yeah, probably what we have figured it out that companies like Facebook and Google they acquire. Like YouTube was acquired by Google, and then
Yes.
whenever Facebook was seeing that Instagram is taking over, buy it, they brought it. And luckily and unfortunately, they were not able to buy Snapchat, but they tried to. So probably we are, extendedly improving our extended services as well as the innovation, so that let's say if anyone tries to copy our first service, we are still into the brand of USB cell.
Okay. Now, honestly, I'm seriously considering investing in your company as a at a angel investment stage. I have my own family office, and we do investments into the ESG sector. Uh, we are specializing in ESG and high technology, deep technology companies. So we will evaluate this beyond rupees 1 lakh. We have group of investors who invest with us. So get in touch with me through Sanjeev. He has all my connections, and we can take it through Moonshot or whichever way it is possible. So and you will have to work on your valuations. Don't offer your shares cheaply. Though I want to buy, but I don't want to discount out at a ridiculous low level. It has to be fair valuation to you and the investors. Understand this and work on your valuation in a very rational way. Because if you go to typical VCs, they will tell you to sign on dotted lines within 24 hours. They will do your valuation. So you will end up diluting a lot of equity with very little percentage left to you. Understand this very well. So if I'm investing in any company, I help them to arrive at a right valuation. And I will also invest at that right valuation. I don't want a company discounted buying upfront because I am making investment. This is very crucial. So the valuations currently which are followed by VCs are discounted cash flow method. They are looking at IRR of over 30%, and they are looking at 3 years exit at 5x, 10x.
Understood.
Yeah. So what they do is they drive your valuation in such a way that you are going to be 100 million in 3 years valuation, but they will offer you a valuation markup of only 10 million at the end of 3 years. So they get lot of equity with very low investment. Understand this very well. So don't grab any opportunity even if I am offering you.
Understood.
Understand, resist that temptation to get money fast or urgently. Okay? You have to have a fair valuation acceptable to everybody. And that fair valuation is very complicated. It's not just DCF and IRR. A lot goes into valuation because if you consider the investment in technology, okay, that is one of the most important. But this kind of technology development, if it is done in USA, it would have already cost more than 10 million, considering the most expensive talent available here. Okay, next.
Understood, sir.
For marquee clients like Prime Video, it has its own valuation concept. So there are various ways of arriving a valuation when you already have some traction and some customers. Before traction, it's a different ball game. So I will guide you on the valuation aspects. And then valuation should not be so high that the moment I got an idea, I am already a unicorn. So never think that you are going to go unicorn. It is the investors who think that this is the company which will take us to unicorn level. So this is very crucial. You have to make yourself buy and not sell yourself at this stage. I have seen so many founders raising first round, second round, third round very quick, and they sell out equity and they become minority shareholder in just 2 to 3 years.
One question from my side.
Sorry?
Yeah, Tarun, yeah.
Yeah, so this is what I bring on the table as an advisor. You know, I'm not a typical broker who brings in money from 10 sources. So this is very important for you. So please, Sanjeev, contact me and I will guide you on the valuation aspects. And that is what I specialize in idea to IPO stage advisory. So the correct valuation at every stage is very crucial. And going forward, people look for exit. At what valuation I want to enter and what valuation I can expect to exit is a key decision maker for investors. Okay? So that will determine the IRR that a person expects. So if it is very high valuation, people will not want to enter upfront. But it is too low valuation, you will be ending up selling a lot of your percentage of equity and you will become a minority shareholder right in round 2, because round 2 you will forced. You got very little money at a very low valuation. But you end up selling. So in third round, you are practically 10%, 15% shareholder. What is?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. For Susan, and we have another founder waiting. Otherwise, I can tell you that all questions are not thrown up during the first PTA call.
I was just adding value to him.
One question.
My own perspectives, but from raising fund perspective for a founder. So if others are listening, the same advice applies to them. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Anybody else who wants to ask him a questions or Dr. Vijay, we can move to next. But I think you deserve to be asked by every panelist.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a question regarding that. What exactly your business module? Mr. Srijan, what is your business module? Means how you go from 0 stage to 100 stage, how the money gets, what are the business, because the profit aspects. Can you explain it?
Yes, sir. So we charge for our voices. We charge per character, and we have 2 set of voices. First is the basic voices. Second is the premium voices. So basically, this is our business model is, and probably we are trying to raise the funds for first of our R&D, because we have 2 of these deep techs currently into the prototyping stage, which are almost 80% done. So we'll be utilizing funds to make them available for the B2C market, so that we can also explore that particular market by uploading those kind of text into our database that can be accessible or usable by a person who doesn't even know how to basically use any kind of service that has an English interface. So probably we'll design them in such a way that the front end itself has the Tamil language or Telugu language, so that we can access and upload.
And similarly, who will be your first targeted customer?
So, sir, we are trying to target content creators at the very first stage. Having said that, the two videos which I showed you are of the IIM Bangalore's edX program. Here we are collaborating with IIM Bangalore for basically, converting all of their videos that are available to general public into different languages, because that can be sold or that can be used by different kind of customers. But yeah, education, and before education, we are looking forward for the media sector. First of all.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Any more questions before we move to the other two, the founders who's waiting? Because we'll have to give a small gap for Sanjeev. What I was just wanting to say was that all questions don't come in the first go. Srijan, it takes some time for people to understand the idea. Still, anyone has any more questions? We can, wait for one more question. Okay, thank you so much, Srijan. It was a great presentation.
Thank you so much.
As a proof of concept, this entire video recording you take from Sanjeev and convert it into Hindi. That itself sells extremely well for you, Just your message. It's for you to write. Okay? Sanjeev, is it good idea?
Yeah, I don't know how much effort is involved, but you can do that. That would be great. I can upload that also as a third line within the archives that I have. People can look at it.
It itself is a proof of concept for you, Srijan. Understand?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
Sorry for intervention, but Dr. Vijay, please go ahead.
Yeah, Raghav, go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. So, good evening and good morning to one and all present here. This is Raghav from Holaware, and we named our company Holaware in order to invent holographic computer and bring into market in next 3 to 4 years. Holographic computer is nothing but a computer without a monitor, like one which you are seeing on the screen, where with the click of a button, he will be able to work on in a screen in front actually. So this is our futuristic vision. This is where we want to travel into the next level of stuff. And why we want to enter there? Why holographic computer? Why not a regular computer? Because from the day of innovation till now, everyone is viewing computer through 100% through only the length and width, that is through two-dimensional world. But actually, in computer it's two-dimensional, but in real world it's more than two-dimensional, 3 or 4, 6-dimensional. Whatever we see in the world is really different. So we want to make it more real. Second is the raw material used to produce the monitors and screens, even in your mobile, in your laptops, in your desktop monitor, everything requires something called sand as a raw material. Even chips require sand, but lot of consumption of sand goes to this monitor manufacturing. And with growing population and growing businesses, even lot of startups are coming in nowadays is consuming more and more of these devices. It should land in in 20-30 years we might be running sort of sand as well. So now what we are thinking is if we bring on improvement to the technology, which will affect in effective energy utilization, then it will be great. So that's where we thought, okay, this holographic computer will work in will help in environment sector as well. So this is the two problem use cases which we have taken forward. And in order to enter into holographic computer, we cannot say, okay, we will invent this computer after 5 years, and let us say, okay, after 5 years we will start making the revenue. So what we thought is till now we are in a bootstrap mode. There is no there is investment from family and friends, but still we are in bootstrap mode just to make sure the core idea remains intact, and we are checking how much far we can travel as well. So we have developed 2 computer products, and both are commercialized in the last 2 years. That is we used February as a product release date. So we founded this company in 2020 of July, and we released our first portable product, which you are seeing on the screen. This is a portable computer, high-end computer. So meaning, what is the typical advantage between the existing computer and this computer is This guy supports up to 6 GB of graphics, and it has same performance as a tower computer up to certain extent. Okay. So second, in February 2021, we have released this product, and after that, due to COVID stuff, like we concentrate on second product and release that on January 2022, and more than 1 crore of sales has been done till now, and still we are running, and we are into government marketplace as well, and probably our revenue will move into multifold in coming months and years as well. So apart from this, so we have, sorry to change the slide, we have two innovative concepts that I'm just going to explain. So I already explained about the past actually. Let me explain about the future. See, we are here to innovate computer, not only in terms of holographic computer, but also bring AI into the computer in hardware level. Let's say, we are all looking at the computers, right? So let's say suddenly due to heat, due to overprocessing, the computer shuts down. So then you don't have any other option to other than to call service center technician and wait for him to come after 3 or 4 days to fix the problem. If you have alternative laptop, that is fine. Else you have to sit idle for next 3 to 4 days. I'm just saying what happens if computer has self-repairing capability, like how the human body has. If you have a blood coming out of it, it stops after a certain time of period. It will auto-immune itself. Similarly, if your hardware has a capability to immune itself, that concept is called robotic workstation. That is self-repairing computer. That is the computer that is in progress of development till now, and we might release in mid of next year the first robotic computer in terms of laptop and in terms of desktop, 2 series. And apart from that, in 2024 by end or in the 2025 beginning, we'll be able to release the first draft copy of the holographic computer. So this is our roadmap. This is how we play ourselves from time to time. So current traction we have done over 1 crore of sales, approximately 135K of USD sales, and we are projecting this year around 40 crores of sales, because this 1 crore of sales has been attained in only one state, that is in Tamil Nadu, and one city in Chennai. So now we are expanding it to 10 to 15 cities. So and with the growing expansion and multiple products, we are believing that we'll be able to achieve the target this year. Yes, so this company is founded by product leaders, and we have eminent people who is working on the team from different companies. I have around 13 years of experience. Previously, I worked with VMware as a network performance lead. I was in voice utilization department, and that's how I got to know about more hardwares. And then worked with a company called SpanUgo, which is a compliance company which got acquired by IBM. Initially, 5 members we started working in the company, and now it is being worked along by 2,000 employees in the same product what we have developed. So that is one of the stuff. And we have Aarti, who's our first NRI recruit. She was just settled in Germany, and because of this whole concept and product, she settled in India, now in Bangalore, handling the operations. And we have other team members. We will share the details, whoever is interested. So right now, for the market expansion, there are we are handling multiple activities. One is to expand into multiple states. Second is to innovate the product in the robotic workstation level. Apart from this, we have almost finalized the mini PC design. This is a handheld mini PC, which is which can be available at under $100 USD price or under 6,000 rupees, Indian rupees price, from India. 80% of the product is made in India, 20% we are taking it outside. That 20% will be small chips and processors. So that we are trying to develop, and that needs some money to push into market. Apart from that, the robotic workstation innovation requires lot of concentration as well. So out of this 5 crores, 50% will be spent for market expansion. Another 50% will be spent for R&D efforts. And we are also being part of UK acceleration program called GSD Accelerator. They are #1 acceleration program in UK, and Series A fundraise is planning to go with them. And before I wind up, I'll just give some trends and opportunities about ourselves. See, there are a lot of buzz about hologram, and even metaverse. Even our previous presenter He has explained about his voice bilingual opportunity will help in metaverse. Similarly, so metaverse is all about currently we are seeing virtually through glasses or some other parts. But thing is if you see it really, if it happens really in a real time world, then it is like something called holographic computer. If it comes up, then it will multifold the current revenue. Even financial terms is talking about that. And apart from that, BBC has written a very nice article about how tech issues are killing productivity in businesses. For example, a small downtime of 6 hours or 12 hours is causing few $1,000 of productivity loss in international companies, not only in international Indian companies as well. That's where the self-preparing computer will fit as well. So apart from this, we have business activities and financial slides. So I'll just happy to open for questions because we cannot discuss everything in one term, but we can discuss in detail if you have queries. No.
Can't hear you.
So you are not able to hear me, sir? Hello?
No, he is open for questions. That's what he's saying.
Okay. So, Dr. Vijay, I want to ask a question regarding that. Actually, your product is related to PC, okay?
Correct.
So, now, what is the main characteristics of your PC which is related to the a difference? What are the main features which is not available in others? As a consumer ad, means today the mobile is present, smartphone is present, and it is very handy with respect to the labor also. So how you capture the market according to the labor? Or it is a specialized product for a particular customer, or it is for all general. Can you explain it?
Sure, sir. So, see, sir, we have entered into market in computer sector, which is being ruled by giants all over, like HP, Dell, and Lenovo. Now, we as an Indian company creating market is when we concentrate all, it will be becoming very tough. So, what we have taken is we have taken a specialized segment called media and entertainment and engineering industry. These are the two industries which we are concentrating, in which our first machine is called portable machine. We are the only portable machine in the world which can give up to 6 GB of quadro grade, business grade graphics card, which can match the tower or server grade, workstation performance, meaning desktop performance. And second machine is called scalable machine, that is called tower workstation. So if you are buying a machine for 35,000 rupees, if a business buys the machine for 35,000 rupees, they can scale this machine up to 10 lakh or 12 lakh rupees up to configuration, including RAID, multiple graphics card, coupling and all those stuff, like a dual processors, all those stuff. But as and when the competitors, there is always brackets. Up to 1 lakh rupees you have certain project range, up to 3 lakh rupees you have certain project range. So these and all are being loved by these two departments. So but the mini PC which we are targeting now, which we are building, which is a portable size, and it can be carried in the packet as well. That we are concentrating for both business as well as retail segment because of the price. Because under 10,000 or 6,000 rupees, you can get the performance as same as that of 20,000 rupees which you are using today. Even it can be compared up to 35,000 rupees laptop which you are using today, which can give the same performance as this 6,000 rupees machine, because it's all made in India and produced in India. There is no import duty. We are able to reduce the cost.
So it cost starts from 6,000.
Yeah, so our future PC on July to August. Yes, it will start from 6,000 rupees. Yes.
And what will be the software OS?
OS will be supporting from Windows, Linux, Red Hat Linux based on the customer requirement. So based predominantly Windows and Linux are moving out, sir. Windows 11, Linux.
How it is different from the smartphone?
I'll tell you. See, currently you can see only the DDR4 RAMs. That is in the current PC or in your laptop. But we are bringing out DDR6 RAM, Number one. Number two is like, we are bringing powerful processor other than Intel and AMD as well. We are giving Intel and AMD support as well, but also integrated processor which can support up to 2.6 gigahertz of speed. So now, like, with all this together, like, you will be NVMe M2 Gen 3 SSD which can write up to 5000 MB per second, meaning ultra fast SSD. I'll say ultra fast storage, right? So everything is being compiled into a one smaller unit and being used for like a minimal price, because we are making it everything like, in-house.
Can it be used as a mobile phone or a smartphone?
No, this is a portable computer.
Okay. And as you know, ACER, this company
Yes.
is also producing your products, and IoT based ID cards and other products are also present.
Yes. Yes.
So how it is different from there?
A good question, sir. In terms of future, if you compare, we will be 3 to 4x greater than the Acer performance. And Acer computer, whatever the portable ones they are providing, it starts from the price of 13,000 rupees or 14,000 rupees. Even it cannot be used for like, regular use cases of like, few softwares like AutoCAD or your whatever software we are using. But we, in the other side, we are giving performance as well as the price reduction. In this case, like, competition is definitely like, on us, and like, probably once the performance is showcased, like, we'll be able to move further.
Up to which time it will be survive in the sense of guarantee or warranty?
3 years free AMC we are providing. So basically, for 3 years, we are expecting this hardware to run without any problem. The lab reports are going on, and like, we'll be able to achieve that, sir.
Your range will be start from 6,000, and what will be the other up to which range you will provide a different modules?
No, it is not refurbished. This is a new machine, like, that is from Holaware. Okay, it's not refurbished. It is from like, new machine from Holaware. It is starting from 6,000 rupees, and a higher machine goes up to the range of 12 lakh rupees as well in the tower range.
Okay,
and
so
in the portable range, it will be from 6,000 to 50,000 rupees, something like that.
so it's for a different range. There will be different facilities.
Exactly. You are getting it, sir.
I would suggest you that from 6,000 to 50,000, if you are presenting a range, so try to fix either 3 or 4 categories, not more than that, because what happened today, the IT and all this AI, this is now very becoming a cheap, and also so many products, so many because the companies are working on it, how to remove all these things, how to reduce the cost and all this to get in a one chip, we want all facilities. So
Right.
if for example, 6,000, 12,000, then 25,000 and 30,000, if somebody purchase a 30,000 product, so why he or she will be turned over to you, because the laptop is present as a good laptop, maybe also from Sony or other. It starts from the 25,000, or a good features can be obtained from that, or from IBM also. So the products can be survive only when it should be cheaper than such type of company's product, and we will get a good whatever the modules we have, like a fastest or 5G technology or 6G, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
so what is your planning regarding to that?
To answer this question, sir, technology always evolves. Okay, as of now today, so what is the best we can give to consumer is what we have thought, and Wi-Fi 6 is what we have adapted, DDR6 is what we have adapted, and we have adapted all the latest technologies into the same bundle, which will survive for next 3 or 5 years. And similarly, in future, if anything else comes, like, we will be the one top runner to implement it soon and give it to the public. That's how, like, we are seeing ourselves. So we have included latest technology today, and it might withstand for next 3 to 5 years, even with the technical changes or new software as well.
Any product is present from your side with as a testing kit, it is present. Sample product is present.
Yes, we are giving demo products. So already our existing portable and tower machines has demo products. Once the mini PC is out, August, like, we'll be able to give demos on that as well.
Okay, so you can contact Mr. Sanjeev for future.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you.
Himanshu, sir. Yeah, happy to have your question, sir. Yes.
Raghav, based on hardware perspective, most of the world is running towards only software.
Yes, sir.
People don't want to go into hardware at all, but it's a good initiative from technical background. What I really appreciate that you left a cozy job to start your own venture. So you have the risk abilities. I appreciate that. Now,
Definitely.
as Dr. Vijay Salvia said that why not Android kind of Android based or a tablet based, so that somebody is already invested into tablets and Androids, large phones. You can piggyback on that with some kind of a USB attachment, so which will give you the stabilization. So it opens up entire Android tablet market, iPhone market, tablet market for you. So instead of competing with this, you give an as a USB attachment, okay? And
Definitely.
USB attachment is your as laptops and desktops are attached to wires and on the desk and you are tied. The Androids and tablets are field carryable. So your
Correct.
application holography will be more useful in field applications rather than for a typical desktop user. So
Definitely.
you secure yourself into field applications so that
Definitely, sir.
convert it into a device. It is fine. 6,000 device is not expensive at all because people buy iPhones worth 50,000.
Yes.
Yeah, even Samsung phones cost 25,000. So it's
Correct.
not 6,000. It's a value addition for current Android tablet users, phone users, iPhone tablet users. So it will be a very good application in the field. Now I've been in ESG field, which is all like forestry, agriculture, forestry, and lot of field operations. Uh, then there are applications in various field level where the atmosphere is very tough.
Okay.
The heat levels and all those things. So people are used to Android and iPhones and tablets. So when you attach your device as a single carry-on tablet, so you add great value to existing users. That's an attraction. Okay, so you focus
Sure,
on
sir.
the hardware people will just they have everything for them to just transfer your applications on their hardware. So you like the Max Android's unique selling point is operating system, not the hardware. Hardware is
Correct.
manufactured world over. So
Correct.
Apple decided to make its own hardware, but Android decided to have a global partnership for hardware. And
Correct.
same way Google did it. Same way Microsoft did it. So
Correct.
holography has a huge application range, I'm sure. So even I am working with various applications in defense and space technologies.
Okay.
So there also these kind of holographic systems will be very useful.
Definitely,
Okay.
sir.
Your specialization should be in holography, not in hardware and holography. Holography will
Definitely.
ultimately come from some hardware, no doubt, Android or iPhone or tablets. But latest tablets come up with amazing power.
Correct.
Okay, so your application, these devices users, and even if you charge $50, look at the size of the market, and you are
Correct.
not maintaining any hardware, servicing, and all those things.
Definitely. Definitely, sir.
So this is my honest suggestion, not an advice. I'm not officially an advisor on your board. And even if I give advice, you are not going to pay me. So why give free advice?
Okay. Okay. Good, sir.
So I am totally against giving free advice. But being a panelist on board and developing a trust relationship as a mentor, not an advisor, focus on your core competency, which is holography. Hardware
Definitely.
is too generic. The Chinese can come up with a $10 hardware.
Correct.
Year-old game.
Hmm.
everybody outsmarts in hardware. Like you need a scaling of technology, scaling up the manufacturing level, like this is someone.
Correct.
So going hardware way is going to straddle you down in the hardware world. After sales service, after sales support, and upgrading, and something goes wrong, you have to give them free returns and all this. So it is very, I would say, not for a application oriented. Your technology is applications and not hardware. When you
Correct.
need hardware, then hardware is always readily available with latest technology, latest processing power, big gigarams, like 120, 64 and 120K is now a common thing. 256K is common thing. And you can add it in 256K 512 GB chips outside. So piggy ride on somebody's expertise in hardware.
Sure.
And then focus on what is your specialty is unbeatable. Holography, as I see it, if you remember Star Wars movies, right?
Correct.
There was this character R2D2, and it projects a holographic image and talks in holographic way. So that
Correct.
Star Wars may come alive, you know.
Correct.
It is the holography which matters, not the hardware.
Correct.
Hardware is common. It's a bloody like Guru Udyog in Taiwan and China.
Correct.
So don't put your money and expertise in hardware. Focus on software.
Sure, sir. I'll take your advice.
I've not seen the kind of applications that you are developing for holography. Holography computing, I believe, is the finger movement and hand movement
Yes.
activities. Correct?
Yes.
So that you
Yes.
not show here. You are showing everything but not the holography application. It is the
Correct.
application which makes people buy the application, not the hardware. And it is very easy for somebody to replicate your technology if you are stuck up in a hardware and you can't move out to the globally accepted platforms like Android and iPhone PCs. So your hardware is the tablet. Your hardware is the Android and Mac phones. Focus on what is very unique to you, which nobody other can. You have to talk about a decisive competitive edge. And that is not hardware.
Correct. Agree with you.
Yeah. Well, you come back to me through Sanjeev, and I will guide you to the next level.
Definitely.
But you are attached to hardware, you are getting detached from investors.
Understood, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Tarunji, I want to listen to your opinion.
I have three questions for you, Raghu. Now that you have come out with such a beautiful concept, do you have any patents for you?
Yes, sir. So we have, already at the verge of filing 2 patents. We have found it to be novel last month by our patent attorney Kaja Parni, and we are filing the applications now. Next month we'll have the 5 patents filed, and we are also continuing our application research because there are 3 to 4 problems we identify when we bring up this holographic hardware. Basically, when we projecting the light to the outside world, the outside light is too much heavy to bypass that the projected light. That is one of the problem. As mentioned by Himanshu sir, the gestures. For example, gesture in front of a screen is easy because you have a pixel, you have a width, and you have a height. But in a air, thin air, with a 4x or 5x size of the device, it is little difficult to capture. We are working on R&D, but the thing is, it needs another 10 to 12 patents to get it complete. That's why we are seeing it after 2 to 3 years from here to invent that to move into the next level.
My second question, Raghav, is who is your ideal client and what is your go-to-market strategy? August onwards, once you are ready with your product.
Sure. So our first target will be media and entertainment. We will continue with our current user base as well, where this application of holography will be much more. And second will be the engineering sector, where like for example, let's say design of a car, design of a helicopter, where like you need to do a changes like very quickly and save it. So now in front of a holographic device, like you can tilt it using your finger, zoom in and zoom out. All this can be done in gestures and done in on the spot. So basically, these two departments is what we are concentrating currently to make mature use. Then we'll concentrate other departments one by one.
How do you intend to establish your product market fit?
Okay, so
if you have not understood, let me put it in a layman.
Yes.
That your concept of holography starts that the proof of the pudding is in eating.
Correct.
तो आपने मिठाई बना लिया पर उसको कोई ले नहीं रहा है, and this is what is happening because most of the entrepreneurs that I have come across, they have wonderful product and they believe in the product. But the magic happens when I as a customer also starts believing in his product.
Correct.
And this magic is called as the product market fit.
Correct.
So in your case, I just want to know that what is it that you are doing to establish this product market fit, given all the wise words that have been shared with you prior to Kothari ji inviting me. Because he has given you a lot of pearls of wisdom. So after listening to all this wisdom, I want that within 30 seconds, if you can just tell your gut feeling about it. I know that you're not ready for it. Just give me your gut feeling because most of the entrepreneurs, they work from their instinct, their gut, and then they make it.
Correct. See, sir, I'll have a different opinion here. See, whatever Himanshu sir said, I will take it. Okay, but for that sake, I will also not remove hardware from my cycle because I have my own belief. I'm just seeing something else in my gut feel. I'll tell you what. See, from 2005 till 2009, no one knows smartphone exists. To be frank, and we ever even seen until we have this beautiful conference held by Apple where he's showing the phone, which is combining together all those stuff. During that session, several people has doubts. Even in front of Apple as well, Steve Jobs mentioned in one beautiful conference said we are building something nice. We'll let you know once it is coming up. Right? So people doesn't have the belief. See, for example, today I'm just using this phone, sir. Okay. So now I'm just used to carry this everywhere. Consider a consumer who is using the same phone without the screen. Consider without the screen. And they can use this as a phone as well as they can use this as a computer, keep and carry anywhere. Okay, and it is kind of portable. Not big like this. It can be even in a smaller format. So it is kind of going to change our life in the next economy. For next 10 years or 15 years, I feel that if the hardware and the software in it is embedded to make business life better, then there is nothing like that, sir. So we are saying this is not only becoming a computer, but it will become your regular part of life after 3 years or 4 years from now, once the technology evolves into what I envision or what I foresee. Okay, so in terms of the product fit, let's say you are using a phone, you are using a computer, or you are using any technology device, people is fond of using holographic device as well. And they want to live in real world and want to see the real things. And with 5G and 6G, because 5G is more capable of 4G, but 6G is more than that. What it is there with 5G as well. With these technology advancements, our technology improvement in hologram or holographic projection will also enhance the business lives. I hope I have answered your question, sir.
It was not for me, it was for you because whatever we are asking, basically to make you future ready.
Yes.
And also to understand that when you will be getting into the pitch deck stage, people are going to be like a pack of wolves.
Correct.
They're going to be utterly ruthless with you.
Correct.
And when somebody is investing, even 5 lakh rupees as an angel investor,
Correct.
he wants a bang for his buck. So there are no free lunches, and people who understand this concept, because most of the people, those who are entering this domain, they would be clueless about how holography is going to change the dynamics 5 years from now.
Correct. 100%. 100%.
Vision Raghav is your bandobast. It is your baby.
Correct.
How you project it to your clients, how you project it to the world. Because if you are able to, if you would be the Steve Jobs of today, then you have something akin to an Apple if you do that job pretty well. So the point is that have these certain things in your mind, and there are a lot of applications where it can be you can get across to an accelerator which is working in the defense sector. I can help you connect with them, but you have to sell your idea because stringent with a lot of concepts and whether people have the right technology or not. Because I have come across a lot of people, those who have spent 6, 7 years, and they have not moved ahead.
Okay.
Because, yes, so you are going to invest not only your effort and everything, but time. And we all know it that time is money.
Definitely.
And as it is, we have spent a lot of time here, Sanjeev. So back to you.
Yeah, Himanshu has a question.
Yes, sir.
Raghav, I used to head my own IT company, and I wanted to develop a knowledge management system based on my passions,
Okay.
my liking, as if I wanted to use. And when I went to market, everybody refused. Why? Because I liked it. I never bothered to check the market testing.
Okay.
I invested huge money. I went nearly bankrupt. I had to close down my IT company.
Oh.
Because I created a beautiful lady, Apsara, but made from marble, not real Apsara.
Understood. Understood. Understood.
That marble Apsara was too expensive to sell.
Oh.
Everybody wanted a real Apsara, not a marble Apsara.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So you are in the process of creating or not a marble Apsara, granite Apsara, or a pure gold Apsara.
Correct. 100%.
Platinums and diamond studded. If you want that, you go ahead.
No, sir. Yeah.
But we are, as a market people of consumer of holographic technology, we want a real Apsara, my dear.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
And that real Apsara is software, not hardware.
Correct. But I have one cross question, sir. See, rather than cross question, it is asking myself. Okay, see, while I have started this 2020, even before 3 years, I laid out a plan. This is where I am going to enter. This is how Lexnet is going to evolve. See, I can invent a holographic device right now, with alone software alone. But with the current technology, with current materialistics, there is no hardware exists in the world which can project hologram to the outside world in a portable format, or even if I build a OS or if I build an app. So there is no hardware which is supporting it. That's why we are bringing it parallelly. That is the reason why I thought, okay, we will enter into hardware plus software. So materialistically, we'll be able to bring them up both, and whenever we need, we'll be able to upscale it, sir. Like what iPhone does. Even though iPhone is giving it to only their consumer users, their OS is specific to them. So we are still in the process of entering into OS and application end. So probably 1 or 1.5 years down the road, definitely we'll start developing because we have some moments to work on, sir. Yes, sir.
I think Himanshu is using hardware as a survival strategy, and then look because he understands the power of application. He doesn't have the probably the money and the might to go there right now.
Anyways, see, Raghu, you are the boss of your own. We are not going to boss over you. We are not here for that. But if you say that there is no such device, a few years ago, I watched a video where a young Indian boy wore some small device, and he could hand gesture and print a keyboard on anywhere, any surface. And he will use the keyboard on any surface. It is projected from here. And then he will hologram it and touch it. And I have seen that video a few years ago. Just some small device.
Okay.
You do your research before investing into whatever you want to create. I'm not going to boss you over. I'm not the chairman of your company. I'm not majority shareholder of your company. But do your research before entering market. As Tarunji said, product market fit. So the first also, if anywhere you have a product market fit, there is always a competition already there. Just find out.
Sure.
People, investors will find out this. And when you go to market, the buyers will also find out.
Okay.
I know because I built up upon my own ashes.
I understand, sir. I understand.
I was bankrupt many times over, not once.
Understood, sir.
Because I was in the same mindset of what I love, my passions are what people will buy.
Oh. Mm.
And I was in very first presentation, I was rejected by best of my friends who had a budget power of spending crores of rupees, crores of dollars.
Mm.
They had that budget.
Mm.
नहीं भाई हमारे कोई आदमी लोग यूज नहीं करेंगे. It is too complicated for us.
Mm.
I went nearly bankrupt. I invested my own money. So I know that the lady want to offer to market if it is even made of pure gold and diamond studded. Is this what market wants? Yes, they want, because all rich guys want it in their showcases.
Mm. Not in the
Is
use of
there market for rich guys to put it in showcases or for Aam Aadmi, crores of people
correct.
who have an Android in hand, who have iPhone
Correct.
in hand?
Correct.
At $10 download for by millions is how much money? Just imagine. Instead of 6,000, what is your gross margin in 6,000?
10-20%? Correct.
Whatever it is. It is your
Yeah.
I'm not bossing around. I'm sharing what I've learned from my ashes, which I draw myself to my ashes. I'm a phoenix. I rose up on my ashes.
Valuable, sir. So definitely we take
Wisdom does not come with learning books or learning researching on internet. Wisdom comes from your own falling to the ground.
Sure.
So you have a chance to fall down on ground. Please go ahead.
Understood, sir. So we rely on your words, sir. So
That I am not blasting you. I am blasting myself. That why the hell I did it in the first place. और अभी मैं फ्री में ज्ञान बांट रहा हूँ after burning lakhs of rupees.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I invested more than 25 lakhs rupees in that knowledge management software. I had some other alternative source of income. I had people. I had to close down. I had to pay them compensation.
Very hard, sir.
And no one single sale because मैंने market testing किया ही नहीं, pilot किया ही नहीं. I should have got a paid pilot done. I issued customers money to develop a pilot and then convert it into a product. I know what the market wants. I should have done that. I'm sorry, I'm very aggressive on this way, but I know I have not lost hair by shaving my head. Okay.
I wanted to share a story actually with Raghav.
Yes.
So in 2003 or 4, Bill Gates came to Wipro. He also went to Infosys, but I was in Wipro at that time, and I happened to see him in a large auditorium, open space auditorium, which is there in Wipro. And he actually came on the stage and he said, "Software is magic." And he said all the big companies at that time, for example, there were old companies which have gone extinct now, except IBM, all the hardware manufacturer. And we kind of laughed at him because we thought that he doesn't understand what an hardware is. But look at it today, there are in pockets companies existing in creating hardware, but they are all in data centers, right? And you use the computer.
Correct.
Even today in Europe and all that, they are using the collective compute power of mobile phones, and they take chunk of it from each of these. And because the compression, etc., techniques have dramatically increased, you can use a huge amount of those which coagulate together and create a storage and a compute system. So the point is, as long as your software tomorrow is going to create functionality and value, the cost of
Yes.
hardware is going to go down, and it will be a very difficult market to remain there. So you got to
Correct.
use it as a survival strategy. That's my feeling, and then use software to propel yourself in the next stages of evolution.
Understood. Understood.
Tarun, I mean Raghav, understand who are the companies who became trillion-dollar valuations?
The one which is softwares.
That's where is IBM today? It was master of the world in hardware. Where it is IBM today?
Nowhere,
What
right?
is
Yes,
its
nowhere.
valuation? What is HP valuation? What is Dell valuation? What is Acer valuation? What is best of the hardware companies valuation today? And where is Google valuation? Where is Facebook valuation? Where is Google is a software company besides online presence, and they
Correct.
offer free. But look at their valuation. They don't have hardware. The Google phone is actually manufactured, and they have microscopic share of the market. The maximum Android market is with Samsung and the Chinese.
Correct. Correct.
There was a
Correct.
company
Google
called
is not investing in only in hardware and its own software.
there is a
Correct. Correct.
there is a
Correct.
company called Digital which got extinct. There is a company called Compaq which got extinct. So you know,
Correct. Correct.
and
Correct.
Dell
Correct.
Dell
Digital
also
equipment was
Dell
number 2.
Dell gave
Digital
a
equipment was number 2. Compaq was a paper, or only a drawing on paper when digital was number 2. And 10 years after, Compaq bought it and destroyed digital.
yeah.
And then 5 years later on, HP had to buy Compaq.
So it's a tough hardware is a tough market.
If you want to go touching
I
like
you
me,
must thank
earning the crores of rupees, your own and somebody's, most welcome to join my club.
I think Raghav had today. I mean, he will probably send me some messages after this call that next time please ensure that I have good affable people coming on the call. I don't know.
Definitely.
it was a wonderful presentation.
Yes.
सब राघव मेरा दिमाग सटकता है क्योंकि मैं खुद ये सब भुगत चुका हूँ.
Understood, sir.
So I can't tolerate somebody doing the same thing. I'm offering a safety zone. All
I'm getting the same feeling, sir. So when you
वो
are
आप
talking, yes.
डिसाइड करो भाई. मैं कोई आपकी कंपनी का मेजॉरिटी शेयर होल्डर हो नहीं. मैं वीटो पावर यूज नहीं करने वाला हूँ. Choice is yours. You want to become go to ashes, and if you can rise again like a phoenix bird, choice is yours. I have done it myself.
Understood.
Many times over, not once.
Understood.
ये विस्डम ये सब कुछ गवा के आता है, ऐसे ही नहीं आता है. किसी की स्टोरी पढ़ के या बायोपिक पढ़ के नहीं आता है. बायोपिक पिक्चर बहुत है, कोई सीखता नहीं है उसमें से. वो खुद को मरना पड़ता है, फिर जिंदा बनना पड़ता है. मैं तो बार बार मर चुका हूँ भाई साहब एज अ सीरियल एंटरप्रेन्योर. बट चॉइस आपकी है. आई एम सॉरी फॉर ब्लास्टिंग.
Already understood, sir. Understood.
No.
Yeah.
Himanshu, was a great session today. We had. It was really a great session, and I think it's time to call it a day. We had a great session. Both founders were real good. Their technology was good. Yeah, Raghav, you want to say something?
No, sir. So we are all fine. Thanks for your open talk, Himanshu, sir. So I really agree on your points because you could see me. So I guess in you, I guess that's why I'm just taking the points. And we will take the points in. We'll work for improvement. And thanks everyone for the comments as well. Sorry, sir.
And our very special thanks to the Invest panel today with Mr. Himanshu, Dr. Vijay, and Colonel Tarun there. Again, our thanks to both the founders who did the presentation today. It was a great session, though a little long. We wish to continue with the Invest panel in our future pitch day calls also. We'll be grateful because it actually helps the technology and helps the founders both. So we look forward to more interactions. And Sanjeev, you want to say anything?
Before we wind up, I was thinking because this is a nice one that has come up. If everybody wants to turn on their video for a second, I'll take a snap as a memory of this call.
Yeah.
Everybody is in the state of condition. Do that. I will take a.
संजीव, हर फिल्म में एक विलन होता है तो पिक्चर इंटरेस्टिंग बनता है. तो मेरे को विलन का रोल दे दो परमानेंट.
So, Aarti, are you in a position to turn us Hiru sir?
Just a minute.
Yeah. Prod Singhi, Ratan C. Pradhan, Fireflies Note Taker Praveen, and Krishna Prasad. Can you just turn on your? I want to keep it. I want to put this on LinkedIn. This image. Mr. Menon, Raghu Menon. All right, guys. Mr. Pradhan, are you there or Anup? Okay, Praveen, Prod Singhi. All right, this will do.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
doing.
I am here.
Yeah. All right, you can turn on your video if you want. All right, guys. Here goes my command shift and number 3. One image taken, another one taken. Thank you very much, and you guys have a good day ahead of you.